Okay, so now we're going to start Grandma's Garden. One thing I forgot was to check this and make sure that all my pieces were good. So I'm going to go to View and Outline, and I'm going to zoom in on this very tightly, and you can see that all the pieces are just fine. It's important that your work is clean, not only when you print, but for other work too, because white will show through if your pieces aren't lined up well. So I'm going to do Control 0 now and get that back. And I'm going to change back to Preview View. And let's see, we're going to go now to the Polygon tool here. And I'm going to make sure that I don't have Snap to Grid on or Snap to Point. And I'm just going to make a polygon, a 6-sided polygon, that's approximately a 1/2 inch. And before I release my mouse, I'm going to hold down my Shift and my Alt key, and you can see that this makes it perfectly straight. Another way you could do that is you could come here and Alt click, and let's see, we could make this, the radius, if it's a 1/2 inch, would be, let's see, 0.25. Let's see how that works. And 6 sides. Is that a 1/2 inch? Sure does look like it, doesn't it? All right, let's do it that way. So let's go and change to the outline view now. And I'm going to use the hand to move over here and move this here like this. Now, what we want to do is have enough of these to fill up about 5 inches in either direction. So I'm going to go to my northern point here. Oh, I forgot one thing. We have to put on Snap to Point. That's part of what's going to make this work. And, okay, it keeps wanting to go. Okay, there we go. So when I come here and I get on the point, I want you to see that the arrow turns white when it's on the point. And I'm going to hold down my Alt key, Option key on the Mac, and release. And let me zoom in here so you can see how perfectly put together these are. And you have to make sure that these are perfect. Otherwise, this will not work and you'll end up having to do it all over again. So there we go. Another one. Hold down my Alt key. And I'm going to just keep making these until I get a little over 5 inches worth. Okay, so I'm going to Control minus to zoom out. There we go. And I'll make another one of these like this. And it is on the point, so I'm going to hold on my Alt key and release. And use my little hand. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we have more than enough. Okay, so now I'm going to take those and select them all by marking them. And I'm going to go to this west point here. And when I get here to this point and the arrow turns white, I'm going to hold down my Alt key. When I get the double arrow, I'm going to release my mouse. All right, look how clean that looks. I'll select both of these now and bring these here and hold down my Alt key, release my mouse, and And I'm going to keep making these until I get about 5 inches. Okay? And a little bit more. There we go. All right, I think I might have my 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yes, I have more than enough. All right, so now I'm going to go to the rectangle tool. But before I do that, let me show you what it looks like in the preview view. Looks like a solid mass, but each of these are little objects. Make sure you don't have your stroke on. So I'm going to go to the rectangle tool and alt-click and make this 4 inches and 4 inches and click OK. And I will make this a different color so that you can see it better. And I'm going to place it on top of this. And it's very important that it's on top. And I'm going to go to the outline view and use my arrow keys to position this so that it looks good. Let's see, I think we need it over to the left a little bit. There we go. All right, so there we have it. And then I'm going to select these like that. I don't need all of those. And go to my Pathfinder and go to the crop tool, which is the third from the right, and click. All right, so I don't need these others here. I'll just put those away. Now, these are automatically grouped. And I'm going to go to Control 0 to get us up here. And I'm going to move these. Let's see. Let me change to the preview view. I'm going to move this over to be 1 inch underneath the first square. And I'm going to turn on Snap to Grid to do this. There. Now it's snapped right into place. Now, there's a couple of ways that this can be tinted. But first, let me explain. Let me close this. Let me explain. This tool here is to select one object or a group of objects like we did here in the drunkard's path. This tool here, the direct tool, is to select one anchor point or one stroke or a part of a object. But the tool under it is to select an object within a group. And remember, I told you these are all automatically grouped together. So what we're going to do now is, I'll zoom in on this, and we can make flowers. So I'll go to choose the gold here, and go to my group selection tool, and just select objects in a circle here, and hold down my Shift key while I do that, and color them in this manner. And there you go. I don't think I did that one right. Oh, let's see. Here I do this like this. And do one of those. Oh, we need a little more contrast there. Okay, so you can go through the whole thing and color it with flowers, or you could go along and make stripes if you like. And different people do different designs depending on how they like it. And this way you can be a little creative, like this. I'm just going to do every other one so that I don't take a lot of time. Okay, so I'm going to do this in stripes. And let's see, we'll go with that. And this should be, whoops, okay, you have to deselect. And you deselect by just simply clicking on the side, and that deselects something. Okay, I'll go here. And let's see, what's the next color? Let's see, after that, it looks like it's that light, kind of citron color here. And of course, you can do it any color you want. Certainly don't have to go along with any specific color. I'm sure Grandma wouldn't. I'll just do this. Oops. There we go. And we have it. And let's see, we'll do this in the light green. So there, I'm going to do Control minus, and there you have it. We have our third square, and I'm going to change to the outline view so you can see how well these all fit together. And that's what I'm going to look for. Okay, so change to the preview view. Now we're going to do the last square. So let's go on to the next project.